So what the fuck?
This room with the make up your ass up. Head shaking bad. On the fuck feel but I won't argue. Geek where I'm your child. I want the gym ready for our brother or sister boy. Geek on me. Brawling! I don't say I can't cut. Come and love it when I ride and bounce. Reds are the girl, listen up bad bro. Love it when I... Are you ready? I touched you bro. When you wanna boy come down, baby your face pretty up a child and down. Daddy and daughter did. I come. Ha! All you! I fuck girls from all over. Miami girls have me heart out. Bitch, I get her body done instantly. I feel the tummy tuck, clean skin body. Black. Let me get steamy now. Look Spanish. I fuck girls from all over. Miami girls have me. Bitch, I get her. Renzo, which country are the best cat? He's smarter than that's that. I fuck guys from bitch, I get her body done instantly. Alright, last mix. I tell all you, where had the best cat, right? The top 3. But you want to know where I had the most cat? I will tell all you. You see Guyana? We get the most girl of blood clot Guyana in Lorenzo. Because pop me 10 fingers, and I done cross that. Guyana real good. From boobies girl, to Bartica girl, to Georgetown, to Linden, to Buxton, to... Hey, buddy! Ha! Hold on! You see we? You see we? I fuck girls from all over. Miami girls have me. Bitch, I get her body. What about the crazy girl from France? You remember she? Girl, but her ass looks Spanish. I fuck girls from all over. London girl, them mushroom. Jamaican girl, them hardcore. Bermuda, St. Vincent. Love the fuck for feel intense. Green, them want to feel more than index. Chilling girl up bad me. How my cock in her mouth with the pancake. And the girl care for chip with the pancake. She pop the money and she living up landing. Strand back in my back hole. The cock in her head. From me open up the top to get home. From your pussy now gems on your body look firm. You have to get to go. Ladies! She make her room.
Oh good. I say I wasn't going on drink, boy. I wasn't going on drink, boy. Oh go. Chelsea on the inside. Chelsea on the inside. Somebody gonna wake up Chelsea. Eh? Somebody wake up Chelsea quick there, please. Wake up Chelsea, please.
Pick up the girls. Who got a fat man? Fat man, chill up. Hello. Fat man, chill up. Yo, Pantilla. Your pussy fat in your side. Oh, yeah. Make your converse could I never take a last. Hello. Ladies. Skin out the pussy for me fucking. Yeah, don't make it cocky right.
Fine, yeah. Yeah, bossing. I find you bossing Chelsea market, and I don't feel like Chelsea asks you to bust that mark. This is what I want to drink tonight. This is what I want to drink tonight. But it's Chelsea birthday now, boy, so we'll go up. Because it's Chelsea birthday, we'll go up. Normal. You see, all the girls on them who don't have the tickets for Raw, big up. Now Kelly, she messaged me like an hour ago, you know. Like an hour. Yeah, about an hour ago. I feel she getting the timing wrong too because she thought she was 2 hours later. So I don't know. I don't know if she misinterpreted the time now, boy. Yeah, boy, Lily. And last week I tell her, me really drink it. I try not to drink that much these days now, boy. We on a little fitness journey. I can't be Dutch now. What tell her, yeah? Ice drink Saturday, ice drink Sunday, ice drink Tuesday. If we film Tuesday, if we don't film Tuesday and we film Wednesday, I go drink Wednesday. I'll come here and drink Thursday. Sometimes if I catch me on a Friday, Ogom. 1912. Chad. Yeah, lah. I will take this shot to start the episode, and whenever Chelsea reach, we will drink again now. You understand? But
Strictly girl tune 4.
yeah, nah. But big man thing, that boat ride, you're not gonna get no rap. You might get a little R&B because it's really for the girls we coming out for on Raw. Raw is really a boat ride for the girls. I'm gonna put that out there one time. When the fellas come out for Raw, it's really to see girls enjoy themselves. If as a man you don't feel happy seeing girl enjoy themselves, gay dog. As a man, when you go out there and you lie with your brethren and them, if you don't like to see girls engage in whole activities, you're gay dog. You understand what I'm showing you? And you come out on Raw, it's really to see them girls and them enjoy themselves. You understand what I'm showing you? Raw is for them girls them to enjoy themselves. It's girl tune like that. And when we talking girl tune, we talking tune for girl to shake the ass. That is what we talking about. That is what we talking about, right? So it's a little one us now, man. When Chelsea come, we will function again. Oh shucks, more life, more love, more everything. And I'm not taking the next one. I can promise all of that. I'm not taking the next one until Chelsea reach here. Ogom Kelly, Ogom, I just had to, some things that says is I don't have a team to function, so that boot ride is a no for me. Well, still. Don't come on the boat. Don't come on the boat and your face sour with no friends, watching left, watching right. Start trying to figure out who to lime with. Still. Anytime you talk to girl, I think and girl tell you, but I mean I no friends, I can't come that nah. I'd even wear you wrong, my like that. From the time, we like this weekend come out there now. No, well, you're coming for me? You're picking them up? I could see you posting that you outside every Friday, every Thursday, every Saturday you outside. But when I ask you to come outside, you're going to be out there Friday. Well, if you pick him up, wait, what? But how does you chow there all the time? You does you chow there. Because I don't see all you out there. You understand? But when I say come out there, I go see you out there. On our vibes, boy? I don't understand that. I'll be with my boy. That's what I like to see. And I like them kind of girls too. I have female friends who like to come out online with me on that. Them cool now, boy. Them cool. Chelsea, we done shot your birthday shot already, you know. I don't know where you was. I don't know where you was, Chelsea. But we kinda done drink for your birthday already. The entire DAPPA Talks family tell you happy birthday already. So next year now. Next year we go do it over now. Next year, when the birthday come next year again, on the 25th, we go try this thing again now, boy. But the time pass. I just want to let you know the time pass now, but we were here, we were waiting. We all said happy birthday. And yeah, we going to start the show. We going to start the show. We try, but you know, you wasn't here. So I don't know what we to do for that. I don't I like how all you standing up for Chelsea. I like how all you standing up for Chelsea. Flag that. What we saying is the 25th of September. They're saying it's Libra season. They're saying it's Chelsea birthday. They're saying she quite somewhere in India having her time. I hope she actually drink ready, because I have my drink ready. So what we like to say is not just happy birthday, but we like to say more life. What more life mean is that we want it to be living as long as possible. More love. That means that everybody around you, all the people that they care about, should show you more love. And more everything is prosperity, goodness, money, living. Everything that is good under the sun is for you today, Chelsea. Right? So happy birthday. More life, more love, more everything. Yeah. Yeah. Big up Chelsea. Take 2 shots. You know no rub. You getting that? You getting that at your birthday? You getting that? You ain't getting that third. You ain't getting that third. You ain't getting that third. Happy birthday. Hope you enjoy your day. Yeah. That is it. Back to business. October the 12th, Raw. We outside. Get all the tickets, right? Get all the tickets. Ladies 175, fellas 220. Come on, enjoy yourself now, boy. Hey, just now. Just now. Right. Let me get this thing rolling. We're keeping on the Ocean Pelican, or you could just go on the DAPPA Talks page. There's a link in the bio for tickets on Island E. If you want tickets delivered in person, you can message me, you can message Aaron, you can message Dick. There are also tickets at various storefront locations. JJ's in Shogunas, JJ's in C3, and who's that? And Swimwear Gala in Princestown. So do the right things. I like how it's a little bit away tonight, so we could function properly. Right? I like when it's a little bit away, so we could function properly. I like that. Let the numbers stay here now, boy. Let the numbers stay here. Let's see if we could start this thing properly. Nah, boy, dog, boy. Just now. Story real long, boy, dog, boy. We ready? Call on number 1. At time you found out you were getting horn. Good night, Dappa and Limers. So this is a story about the time I found out I was getting horn. Just giving you a warning, this story will be long, so make sure you have the full backstory about how all of this happened. Now, just for context, I am a female, and the person I was with at the time is also a female. I gotta get comfortable. I need to get comfortable. Just for context, I am a female, and the person that I was with at the time is also a female. However, she was a tomboy, or what we know to be as a stud. So we've been together at that time for a few months, but I used to always be around her family. Everybody knew me as her girlfriend, and they were very welcoming about our relationship. Mind you, before we got together, there were a few red flags which I found were minor lies she told me about her situation and materialistic things which I brushed off because, to be honest, things don't bother me. Although I was a bit thrown off as to why I should lie in the first place. Anyhow, we'll call her Tam for reference of this story. Dog, we didn't do this already. Did we not do this already? I know all of us remember. Before I continue, I know all of us remember. Because I feel like some way to the end of the story, the tomboy end up wanting to shoot a man, and we were all confused as to why and who was bullying the tomboy. We didn't read this already? Alright. Well, we lyman. We lyman? Alright. We lyman. So, Tam has a big family. Lots of siblings who I eventually got cool with. And she had this uncle who we'll call Pedo. Oh, Pedo. So, Pedo used to always come over, whether it's after work or on the weekends for food and stuff, as he wasn't living too far from where Tam and her family was living. Basically walking distance. Tam mentioned to me how close her and her uncle was, and eventually they started working together after about 5 months into a relationship. Now, self, they always around each other. Track back a bit. Tam always wanted me to come over and spend nights, weekends, etc. No matter how much time I spent, she never wanted me to leave. I'm a kind of girl that does require my personal space. But regardless, it eventually turned into me being there so much that I was practically living there. While being around our family so much, I used to pick up on certain things because, no lie, to our family, real toxic. It always had some sort of argument going on, especially where Tam is concerned. The constant bickering and arguments eventually led to Tam moving in with her uncle. Alright. Now, before I continue, her and her uncle had a really good job, so money was not an issue for him. And anything Tam wanted or needed, even before moving in with him, Peter used to make sure and get it. No questions asked. Lots of times, he was wrong. He would often bring up topics about how he changed her pampers and watched her grow, which of course is all normal because that's your uncle. I used to always get this weird, uncomfortable vibes from Peter because of the comments and the remarks he used to be making both towards me and Tam. Sexual comments about, oh yeah, I know this was coming. I know Uncle Pedo just there lurking, ready to lick down his knees. It have them sickos. It have them sickos on them. So, it's always comments about our bodies and other jokes here and there about the relationship. Tam always used to laugh it off and say, yeah, that's how he is. But it got to a point where I just was on that, and I told her to tell him about it. With that, I eventually asked, how is he your uncle? And find it normal to say those kinds of things and watching you that type of way, like with lust and love in the eyes. You know, after so long, this girl will look to confess that that is not she uncle by blood. So the man who she going to live by is not she uncle by blood now. Yeah, dog, all you feel woman deceitful with normalcy. Even in lesbianism, woman deceitful the same way. The same way the deceitful boy. A man say, uncle by prick, yes. Hey, nah. Everything I ever picked up on made so much sense. And I was disgusted now because this is a man who is basically the same age as her mother and who changed her as a baby. Mind you, both me and Tam at the time were in our early 20s. She was 22, I was 23. So you could do the math about his age. That man is about 47, 48 going on, right? Furthermore, the jokes used to take place even in front of our family, which none of them batted an eye to or had anything to say about his remarks. So it was very weird and confusing to me that everybody's so normal about this. Back on track now. Tam moved in with Pedo. Since it was not too long that I discovered he wasn't a blood uncle, together with his comments, I told her that I didn't really agree or like the idea of her moving in with him, since I used to always be around her or by her. Of course, it's there I would have had to go if I'm spending the night or going over for the day. Despite that, and with how her family situation had worsened, she assured me that the best outcome for her was to go by him. Now that she's working with him, it would be easier that way. I brushed it off and accepted the fact that eventually, despite Pedo's weird ways, and I knew Tam would be more at peace with staying with him, she told me that she told him to stop making certain jokes and comments about us. Now, Pedo's apartment is a one bed. What is our? I just want to let her be so fucking for real, my dog boy. Your gal going to stay by she uncle, who you get to find out is not really she blood uncle. He just a man that used to take care of she when she was small. She going to stay by him in a one-bedroom apartment. All of this put up with real madness, boy. Peter's apartment is a one-bedroom apartment, which was another red flag for me. However, he said that he rarely ever sleeps in the bedroom and he has a habit of sleeping on the couch in the living room. So he said she could have the room, and of course, whenever I visited, we'll have the room to ourselves. Things were going okay with our relationship at that point. It eventually led back to me staying over a lot again and practically living by Tam and Pedo. But I then began to notice that Tam just left from one toxic household to another, as now her and her uncle would frequently have arguments or long talks, which I was not included in. When I asked Tam what the arguments were about, I would get vague answers and would be told it's about bills, work, or very minor things which weren't making sense to me at the time as to why they'll be arguing about those things in that manner. Whatever excuse she would use for the arguments just wasn't adding up. So I knew she was lying. Again, I brushed it off, thinking that maybe it's not my place to know, and if she wanted me to know, she would have told me. Mind you, within this time, when at home, Tam would wear basically next to nothing, and as she would have on her bra and her tight-fitted boxers. For context, Tam was thick, so there was you with the tomboy that caked up. You with the tomboy that could switch it up. If she put on her dress, she gonna look like the baddest bitch on the planet. But she go rock jeans and t-shirts most of the time. But put that tomboy in her dress, them fellas and them going and say, ooh, you sure she's a lesbian boy though, boy? Tam is caked up. Tam could run Kiss Factory right now if she wanted to. Cakes on cakes. Camel toe showing is crazy. No, camel toe showing for a tomboy is crazy. Flag on the play. Flag on the play. As a tomboy, your camel toe cannot be showing. That is not how it does work. You're flicking up. Hey, I was already uneasy about the fact that this is not a blood uncle, coupled with the inappropriate jokes he used to make and started back making. So I didn't like the fact that she would be dressed that way, even when he was at home, which I told her about. And for a while, she started covering up, then went right back to the same shit. Within this time of Tam living there, whenever we have to go out on dates or just in general, it was Pedo who would drop us and pick us back up. But later on, it turned out to Pedo being present on all our dates. Anywhere we'd go, it wasn't just a drop or pick up situation anymore. So of course, I began to feel uncomfortable. Why a big man third wheeling on our dates? Then even made it their duty to pick me up from work every night. At times they didn't. At times when they didn't, I would get there only to realize that they weren't on talking terms. Again, found it very weird because why they always arguing since they never used to before. Dapper, these arguments really gave the energy of our husband and wife. Yeah, cause right now you imposing correctly. That is his gal, and this young lady is imposing on the man quality time. Every time you showing up there, you're imposing on the man quality time with the little butch. You're imposing on the man little quality time with the little butch. And oh go when so you're going and giving to this threesome? Tam, when you're going and convince this girl to give you the threesome? That part has so much of the story, but I cut it down on a lot of details as the story is already long. You're damn right the story long. You're damn right the story long, Bobby Lyman. However, before only moving in and stuff, very early in the relationship, I was at home and Tam called me telling me that she was with some friends drinking at one of their houses. And one of the guys came into the room and SA'd her. This story is before she moved in. Tam called me and told me she was with some friends drinking at one of their houses, and one of the guys came into the room and SA'd her, and she couldn't do anything because she couldn't move due to how drunk she was. Mind you, this didn't make sense to me at all since she said she had other close friends who I'm sure wouldn't have let that happen. Furthermore, when I told her to report this incident, she made a number of excuses as to why she wouldn't and couldn't, even after saying she would. Another bloody red flag, which I should. How much red flag in your pocket right now? How much red flag in your pocket right now? Because this is the fourth red flag you brush off and chuck in your pocket. When the rally is, what time is the rally? What time is the rally? Independence Day gone. Republic Day gone. What you saving these flags for? For some time, she even thought that she would have been pregnant and took multiple tests, which were negative. Nah, boy, this story too long, boy. This story too long, boy. This story too long. This story too long. This story too long. While I be living my pedo, I went home for a few days and she started telling me out of the blue she want a child and she think pedo should be the do. I will finish this story. I will finish this story. Because, yeah. Tom is taking you for an idiot. That is what is going on here. Tom is taking you for a John Cacahole. Oh, God. Now, I could only play dumb for so long. That was pushing it. I had to ask if she and Peter was into something that I don't know about. Homegirl got defensive, started cursing, and said she would always get right, and she would always get riled up and defensive even before if any man tried to come around her sexually. It used to give me the impression that she wasn't sure about her sexuality, but all those things I brushed it off. Anyhow, I told her that I'm not in a position to have any child and I didn't want a child, and if that's something she wanted to do, it seemed that her mind was already made up and I wouldn't be involved in that. The topic died down, and at this point I was totally tuned in with Tam and Pedo's behavior and stuck around just to monitor them closer than I ever did before. Pedo usually sleep in the living room, but this one night he said he wanted to sleep on the floor of the bedroom because he wanted some. The threesome is in play. The threesome is in play tonight, and I'm not sleeping on the couch. I'm not sleeping on the couch tonight. The threesome is in play. I will take it on the floor. I will take the sleep on the floor. I need a little AC. It's my room at the end of the day. Let me get this correct. It's my room at the end of the day. And as let sleep here every night. Tonight is too hot. I need a lie down on the floor at least. Don't make no scene. It's at the little carpet day. I go spread my little pillow, my little coverlet. All they won't even know I in the room. Tonight, this threesome is happening. So I wasn't okay with it, but it's his place. It was already late, and what I could have done, he spread some things to sleep. No, only visualizing this. Like, when I read in these stories, I just be seeing this thing taking place in my head. Only visualizing this man go on in the cupboard, take out the little thing. You know them rooms that have the bed, and that's have the little carpet in front of the bed, right? My boy is resting down he little coverlet, the little pillow, drop the pillow on the ground, fluff it, thing. Just tonight, girls, don't mind me. Don't mind me, just tonight. And you still in the room. You still in the room. That's what killing, man. You are still in the room. So he spread some things to sleep on the floor beside the bed. On Tam's side. On Tam. The man is not even. Wait. I tell him myself he spread it in the front of the bed. You know, by the bed foot. I tell him myself he spread it by the bed foot. My boy spread he covered it on the right hand side of the bed. My boy spread he covered it on the right hand side of the bed. He is looking for small talk. As soon as you fall asleep there, hey, that boy, Peter is a serious fella. Peter is a serious fella. So they're talking, and it got quiet. My back was turned to Tam, and she had the impression that I was asleep. Eventually, they start back talking, which were whispers at this point. After about 5 to 10 minutes, they both got up and went out into the living room and closed the bedroom door. Mind you, the bedroom door is always open as Pedo does want some of the AC to go out into the living room when he's out there. So closing the door was really don't sleep there. Don't sleep there. Don't sleep there. Don't. Shh. Just so you feel she's sleeping. You feel she's sleeping. Let me go to the living room now. A quick little thing, girl. A quick little thing. Nah, she ain't go wake up. Girl, go. You're frightened? No. A quick little thing. She won't even know you. A quickie. Hey! Pedo! I waited an additional 10 minutes. You wait plenty. I waited an additional 10 minutes. Then I eventually got up and went by the door trying to see if I could hear anything. I couldn't hear anything. So at that point, I opened the door quietly and pretended as though I was going to use the bathroom. As soon as I stepped outside, it was pitch black, and all I heard was panicked movements. You know when someone jumped because they got caught doing something they're not supposed to be doing? That's what it was. One of them almost threw down the center table, and I heard some other things fell. By this time, I knew that something was happening that wasn't supposed to be happening. You heard something that wasn't supposed to be. Oh, God. But I playing it off in the bathroom. Tam rushed by the bathroom door and was knocking in panic, asking me if I'm okay and what happened, and wanted her unnecessary questions as though it's a crime to go and use the toilet. I didn't tell her anything, just went back into the room where she followed me and continued to question me, which made her look so much more guilty. She was trying to get me to talk for maybe an hour or so, and it was approaching the time Pedo does usually organize to go for work. But strange enough, he left at least 2 hours earlier than he usually he left 2 hours earlier than he usually does and didn't tell any of us he was leaving, which he usually does. Which don't go everybody awkward right now. At that point, I told her that I knew everything and that I'm done. And she lied and denied everything, even crying as master manipulators do, still denying everything. That morning, I called someone to help me get my clothes, etc., out of the apartment, and I went home. Although I knew what was going on, I still wanted concrete proof, as I didn't see anything for myself. So after hours of overthinking, trying to wrap my head around everything, around 7 p.m. that night, I called Pedo, knowing he would not lie. He would not lie to me. Pedo confessed everything without me even having to ask twice, as it seemed that he himself was fed up, since Tam was also selling him wait, my dog, wait, my dog, nah. So we're trying to tell her that while you and Tam in a relationship, Tam is telling Pedo, oh gosh, baby, no, well, I can't leave my girl. And then to what we family would think, we go have to keep this on the low. Soon, I'll break up with she, and me and you will be together, right? We will do it on the low. Nobody will even have to find out. Oh gosh, Pedo, relax now. Tam is on the. That's how Tam playing it. Touch and go. Touch and go. Touch and go. That's how Tam playing it. Tam playing a touch and go. Pedo confessed that him and Tam had been in a relationship since she was a teenager. This is a Rio Claro story. This is a Rio Claro story. Them from Rio Claro. Them from Rio Claro for sure. That is a Rio Claro story. You see that kind of folly, that story from Rio Claro in Bacade. No, that's not Rio. Where's that zone up in Rio, boy? This is a Rio story. This is a Rio story. Somewhere down pool, somewhere down in that little area there. That is a Rio story. That is a Rio story. That is since she was a teenager, all of which her family was aware of and didn't mind. As I said, he had money and would do anything for her. This is a Rio Claro story. Their family does be involved. Your family does know, and they does allow it. Especially when that man have money. Especially when that man have money. Sold. He told me that the plan was eventually to get me to agree to be with both of them. The plan was for me to agree to be with both of them, although he wasn't going to demand any sexual favors from me. He said all the arguments they used to have was of him wanting to tell me what's going on, which Tam didn't want to, so they would always argue about this. When I tell you I felt sick, Dappa, the only thing I didn't do was vomit at the time, because finding out they were together, at the time of finding out we were together for a year and about 2 months now. But still, that wasn't enough. I called her brothers and sisters, and without even batting an eye, they also admitted the relationship between them, and they were all under the impression that I knew and agreed to the throuple. At this point, Tam was calling me non-stop, and I was ignoring all her calls. She then showed up at my house about 10 p.m. that night, crying and threatening to kill herself, all while still, because she live in Rio. She live in Rio. Rio Mayaro. Right in between there she live in. Them so she's going to cry and play victim and thing, and oh God, I will kill myself. Oh God, baby, I'm sorry. Thing. I can't do this. Look, I will cut my. That is real. This is a real story. This is a real story. At this point, she was threatening to kill herself, all while still lying, because I didn't tell her yet that the whole family and Pedo already validated what was happening. I eventually got her to leave and go back home. The next day, Pedo called me and told me that she ran away and was trying to kill. hey, run away and trying to kill yourself. Hey, I can tell you exactly where in Rio Claro this is. Me being the soft-hearted person I am, I went. Get all the little ass now. Me being the soft-hearted person I am, I went with Pedo to help find her and calm her down. And once she was rid of all the suicidal thoughts, that was it. I was done with her and that whole crazy situation. I never thought some element type of movie shit like this would ever happen to me. But then again, good night, Dappa. No, girl, don't sorry for no long story. Don't sorry for no long story. Why does always appreciate about long stories is when you cut the story properly, you have full stops, you have commas, your grammar is on point, and we could lime on the story. You see when we could lime on the story? I like that. I like that. You see? Look the rating here. You're getting a little average 7.9 out of 10 here. I like that. The story was long though. I feel like you could have crushed up that story a little better. But we taking it. We taking it. We offer that back. Who said 5 out of 10 there? Dog, it can't be no 5 out of 10 dog. That can't be no 5 out of 10. You're wicked. J Wamboy. J Wamboy. Next caller. I like how they're sticking to the program, but I don't understand why or you're not liking the fucking live. Or the rating, I like that. Or the commenting, I like that. Or you're not liming properly, boy. Or you're not liming properly. I don't understand how they're liming and my likes not going up. I don't understand. And if you don't have a ticket to my boat ride yet, buy a ticket now. Alright? Come out and lime now. Thanks. Tell a story about your greatest first jam experience. Ooh. Good day, Dappa. We'll call this guy Joe. Oh, Joe. So Joe and I met on Instagram. He requested to follow. I accepted. He liked a couple of photos. You know the deal. Then he slid in my DMs and we began chatting there. We talked approximately for 2 months inconsistently. To add, somewhere in this timeline we switched over to WhatsApp. However, even though it was inconsistent, something about him intrigued me. Fast forward to 2 months later. Mind you, we never met in person, which had me thinking. 2 months, no date, no meetup. He not serious. But yes, I still continued communicating. I dated other people, but always left room for him to access me, as the others just didn't give the spark. Anyways, 2 months later, some friends and I went to a party in August. The girls and I walking through the crowd, and I see this tall, brown skin, waves on point, mark fresh, lean, tone guy just standing there staring at me. Our eyes made four, and yes, it was Joe. We immediately embraced each other, and that hug felt so familiar. But I digress. He smelled amazing, and by the way he held me, I know I felt amazing to him. This was the first meet. After we let each other go, but not before he subtly rubbed his hands down my body and complimented me. So I assumed he liked what he saw. As did I. The following day, after recovering from the party, he messaged, and by the way he spoke, I could tell this was the start of something extravagant. Communication picked up, and we were now speaking consistently. My guy planned a date, you can say about 2 to 3 weeks later, due to our schedules not in alignment. Prior to this meet, I knew in my mind he was going to get the pussy on day one. wait, just now. Prior to this meet, I knew in my mind that he was going to get some pussy day one. To give some context, I had been celibate for a year and a half and was ready to get back out there. Right, date night arrived. We were in the car, one hand on thigh, and we chopping it up. He asking questions about me, getting to know me, and vice versa. I'm playing my favorite music for him, and he joking, telling me that he gotta put me onto some good. Ooh, that my kind of lyrics there. I gotta put you onto some. I gotta put you onto some good music in a girl. I gotta put you onto some good music in a girl. We know about these kind of things. You don't know about this kind of music? Nah, let me put you on. Let me put you on. You seen it start them so. Let me line, man. Let me line, man. Let me line. No way, no, well, this my kind of music. You know him? What this what I like to listen to. No, no, man. The banter was definitely there. Conversation flowing, and this man complimenting my drawers off. Not gonna lie. We hit a red light, and the mood was just right. So he pulled me in for a kiss. Fireworks went off in my brain. Wait, this our next long story, boy. What we like, man? So at every red light now, he leaning over and we kissing. Now you might be saying, but sis, this the first date. How you playing tons of hockey already? No, I wasn't looking for a relationship, especially as I was still thinking about the 2 months of inconsistency. But really and truly, 1 year and 6 months with no dick? Come on. She and all calling fate. And he was the number one contender, so we not judging. I never expressed this to him because that is not a good look. Anyways, we get to the place, and at this point, I ain't even hungry. Not even thirsty. He kisses me again before we come out the car, and I pull him and said, I don't want to go inside. Of course, he's not dumb, but still trying to be gentleman, or his belly was in his hand. Either way, he asking, You sure? You're not hungry? You do want something to eat first, a drink, anything? You want something to go? To which I responded, no. To which he says, you want to go somewhere more comfortable? I nodded in agreement, and he grabbed me by my neck and kissed me and said, no problem. Now, as we were getting to the hotel, and when I say hotel, I use the word loosely. It wasn't double palm, but I don't know what else to call it. I know where you went. I know where you went. As we were getting closer, I'm getting nervous. Keep thinking, next thing this man working with something small. Next thing he jam is trash. But I'm pushing on. Keeping positive. Cause I meant, yeah, that night he getting it. We finally arrive. We get to the room and there's no talking. He kissing me like he's ravenous. Cause remember, we never eat two. He's taking off my clothes and I'm taking off his. And I see what I'm working with and we looking great. Frosted Flakes tiger voice. We still kissing and he guides me towards the bed. He sits down and I sit on top of him and start to ride. Slow, steady, maintaining that kiss. He turns me over to lay down on my back and gets down there. And the way he's eating, I'm telling myself, like, we really should have go inside for lover to get some to eat, boy. At this point, is a slip and slide. And I am ready to feel inches. Slides it in while in missionary. And with each stroke, pushing my feet back till it touched the headboard. This man stroking like his life depending on it. Slow and steady, hitting the spot. We connect like magnets. I stick my tongue out for him to spit in my mouth. On the first day, nah. Let me read the people's story, yeah, boy. I stick my tongue out for him to spit in my mouth, and he did not disappoint, because that's what he did. Start off slow, gradually increasing the pace. Pull my legs and rest them on his chest, sucking my toes, kissing up and down my legs, not leaving any part of me untouched, and it's just getting more and more steamy. Pull it out, eat me out, and then put it back in. Not before giving me a wet, sloppy kiss, just how I like it. We positioned for back shots and he paused. I look back, expecting that reaction. He asks, babe, that is a butt plug. What? Nah! Bravo, young lady. Bravo, young lady. Bravo, young lady. Bravo, young lady. That is how to come on our first link. That is how you're coming? In there? Nah. And you don't want a relationship, you'll be in a relationship. Nah, we together. After this, we together. I don't care what you had to say. After this, we together for sure. I say, and well, like that, turn him on more. Joe is performing. He spent some time in the back there. Next thing I know, Joe eating my ass out. Nah, Joe. Tell me while this man will pull out my butt plug with his mouth and is eating my ass like a Christmas ham. Next thing you know, we in the 69, then missionary again, and it's position after position after position. Then my guy puts it in the back. Now, this is my first time doing anal. Just no. Wait, no. So, nah. No, this is my first time doing anal. I've never been one for backdoor activities, and I've always made that clear with guys before. But it's been a while, so I say, let's go big or let's go home. Well, when he gets back there, I'm squirting and coming like I've never came before in my life. You ever had sex that was better than masturbating? That's how good Joe was. I finished more times than I could count, and he finished on my back. After all this, now we sweaty, breathing heavy, and he lays down on my back while I'm flat on my stomach, head hanging off the bed, and we fall asleep like that. When I tell you sleep, to the point where we are both snoring and he's dribbling on my back. We slept a while, got up, shower, he's scrubbing my back, I'm scrubbing his, and we kissing some more. But it stopped there because man's tired. I'm looking in the mirror and I'm battered and bruised because it's hickey up and down my chest, back, shoulders. Eyeball, but I didn't mind one bit. We then dressed and left. After that, what I expected to be just casual sex turned into 6 months of relationship bliss, ups and downs, but overall the sex got better every time. Unfortunately, we ended, and are no longer in contact, which is another story by itself. To this day, I still think about Joe and haven't been able to find another. Come. Come. Nah. First things first, big up Joe. We go big up Joe for stepping to the plate and functioning how you're supposed to function. When you get called to action, Joe is a G.I. Joe. Yeah, we will shake Joe's hand. Yeah. Second, we go big up you. The reason why we bigging up you is for how you come. Many a times, people like to come across with this little shyish, and we don't know what's going on take place here, switch off all the lights, we think, and we're timid because it's the first time. You see the ones and who just come ready? You see the ones and who just come prepared to stamp the name? You see the ones and them who tell themselves, even if this going to be our owners, I need them to know. No, baby, come with it. You see the ones and them who care about the name in the streets, even though they're not in the streets, but the name. The name. You understand what I'm showing you? I don't know how first chap end up eat ass, anal, or I don't know. But do you, boo-boo? Do you? Wait, just now. A man wait 9 years to eat your ass? Nine years a man wait to... That man didn't work. Nah. You force it to do that. You force it to do that. 9 years. That man wait to do you that? You force it to do that. He didn't want to do that. He did not do that willingly. He do that because his brethren was nagging him. You was nagging him. It reached that point where he say, but what else I could do again? Better eat it. That man didn't like you like that. That man did not like you like that. Any man that likes you like that, like you like that, 9 years, Tita. Boy. Boy. I can tell you, who get it in them 9 years. Not you. I can tell you who get it in them 9 years. Not you. You didn't get it in them 9 years. Somebody else get it. He waited 9 years. He wait 9 years, but catch your blasted self. Don't go out like to walk around as if men waiting on all you out here, boy. I want women to stop telling themselves that, you know. I want women to stop telling on themselves, a man was waiting on you out here, boy, dog, boy. A man not waiting, boy. 9 years? A man must see lick from Shaguanas come straight up the Port of Spain before he get through, yeah? That man must he was licking every little hole he could get. And then when what's that? When he get through? When he get through? Alright, cool. Thanks. Thanks. It was 9 years in the making. Thanks. Thanks. Dog, what you're not understanding with men not waiting. No man is sitting waiting. It have no man. No man sitting waiting. Wait, boy, I wonder when she gonna give me this thing, boy. Wait, boy, I don't feel like I could do nothing till I get this thing now. Dog, oh, go home. Learn the game now, boy. Learn the game. The game is the game. And it will always be the game. If you feel I am waiting, well, thanks, baby. When I get the thanks. When I decide to give me thanks now, boy. Since to you so feel that I waiting, and it's a pips to you that I waiting, when you give me thanks. You understand? Thanks now, boy. Because you feel like it's this big pips that you could tell people I was waiting. Thanks. But I know when I get it. I know when I get it. My story is the better story. I know when I get it, my story is the better story. You could go and tell your story from here to Toko that I was waiting. When I get it, that is the only thing that matters. I get it. That is the only thing that matters. I get it. My story is going to be better than your story, Lily. Lily, my story going to be better than your story. You could say what you want. 9 years? Yeah. I get it. Dog, I don't know how long I was shocking that girl, boy. Who, boy? Lily, boy, dog, boy. Oh, yeah, the girl from the thing. What, I didn't hear about she not good while, no? I had to ease off she a little bit. Just message she here and they make sure she good and thing now, boy. I'm just waiting for when, trouble in paradise. Hit my little slick talk there. I was waiting for 9 years. I was waiting for 9 years. Yeah, must wait. And I want it. No, boy, I wasn't gonna let she pass. You're crazy. I wasn't gonna let Lily pass me. You're going mad. Boy, I leave she there. I wait comfortable. Wait on she. Oh, she hit my that slick talk, but me walk come over she. But I wasn't letting it pass, man. I don't care. Lily wasn't passing me. Whatever. If I get on, by the boy. You hear how he telling that story, eh? Whose story you find something better? That man sitting on with the bridges now. Boy, you feel I was playing when I get through? Boy, I eat Lily from top to bottom. Boy, all she big toe her suck thing. Boy, all the back of she ears. You know the back of she ears there? Boy, if I could have find muck there, I'll lick it off. 9 years she had me waiting. And you feel like I went to play? But you know, boy, I drink too wicked and went down there and real girl. You see how hard she? Whose story song better than you going to tell your friends you make me wait 9 years? Whose story better, boy? Boy, all the girls need to be real, boy, dog, boy. All the girls need to be real. Better you don't give me it. Better you do not give me it. Must bull more than once, Lily. You see that work I put on the first time we link? Why we wouldn't what? Wait, just now you feel I come here for play? No, Lily is 9 years I waiting just now. Don't get it twisted. 9 years I waited on this Lily. I get it now. I'll need it. I need it, Lily. It's 9 years I was waiting, dog. Don't go nowhere. Let me enjoy this for as long as I can enjoy it now, Lily. Don't go nowhere. Lily not getting the point, boy, dog, boy. Lily not getting the point. Lily not getting the point. We go allow it. We go allow it. We go allow it. We go allow it. I know all they get the point. Is our love. Hey. Think it a man say that. Pelt the jam up front. Pelt the jam up front, dog. You'll figure out quicker. I not saying to be a whore. I just saying, if you're interested, you go out your line, your thing. Function. Next caller. Tell a story about a good for nothing man / woman. They told me to leave him. Not once, not twice, from the beginning. My sister looked him up and down the first time she met him and said, that man carrying dust where ambition should be. I laughed it off because I thought she was being too harsh. But Dre had this pull. That soft boy, soft voice, that soft voice, sad boy charm, and those broken pieces he wore like jewelry. He didn't hide the fact that he'd been through hell. And me, I thought I could be his heaven. First time he cheated, I told myself it was emotional. Just some flirty texts, a call or two. I cried, cursed him, blocked him for 3 days. Then he showed up at my door, hoodie on, eyes low, voice trembling, and said all the right things. I've never felt like this with anyone. You make me want to be better. I was real scared about how real this was now. And me, I believed him. Gave him another chance. Not for him, but for that version of the story in my head where love could fix broken men. Second time, it wasn't messages. It was a girl calling me talking about, check your man, sweetie. He ain't just yours. I saw proof, receipts, photos. This time, I screamed, threw his stuff out, and said that I was done for good. He ain't done. 2 weeks later, he came crying, chest heavy, swearing that he was suicidal without me. And stupid my heart, God help me, thought I could save him. I let him back in. Let him back into my home, my bed, my heart, even though it was barely holding together. But it wasn't love. It was emotional blackmail, wearing love's perfume. And me, I smelled it too late. You know what finally broke me? Not the cheating, not the lies, not the fact that he lived off me like a leech. It was me standing in the mirror one morning, brushing my teeth, and not even recognizing the woman that I've become. Tired, bitter, resentful, small. Washing the face of someone who deserved so much more, but kept settling for less because she thought at least he's trying. He wasn't trying. He was surviving off me. So I ended it for real. No dramatic goodbye. No speech. Just silence. Blocked the number. Changed the locks. And told my heart to sit still and learn from the pain. I went back twice to a man who did nothing but drain me and still had the nerve to act like he was the prize. But I learned being alone would never be as painful as being with someone who makes you feel alone in your own house. Dre was good for nothing, but I was finally good to myself. And just when I thought I'd healed and moved on, just when I started sleeping peacefully again, I got a message from an unknown number. Just one line. You think it's over? I could tell earlier. This story came in on the 17th of July. I could tell earlier. She's still with her man to this day. She could write this poem how nice. She could write this poem how nice. I know for a fact she and her man still together to this day. Me ain't care what she's saying. You know? All this pretty thing, and you choose yourself and you realize you deserve better. Give me a blasted chance now. Boy. She and he lying down right now watching DAPPA Talks. That is what them doing right now. Watching me read she poem. That is what two of them lying down on the bed doing. And he next to she saying, you really send that in, girl. I really put you through. I really put you through all that, girl. But nah, we better for it now. Well, I mean, I know I kind of messed up last couple weeks. But no. We good now. Worst first jam experience. I should have known it was going to be a mess from the moment he texted me. You good? You reach home? Right after the first link. No. Did you enjoy yourself? No, nothing. Just vibes and vibes alone. He looked good though, talk smooth. The quiet type that makes you feel like you've discovered something rare. Real mysterious with a little belly, but I like me a little belly. We were texting for weeks. Sweet talk, enough talk. Hyped up himself like the whole bedroom general. Had me thinking that I was walking into a movie scene. Boom, the night comes. I shave, lotion up, put on the good underwear. The one that disappears when you're breathing twice, you know? Told myself, Gil, act normal, but be ready to bust it down if the vibe's right. He picked me up smelling like Savage and Ego. A little awkward at first, but cute. Went by his place, cleanish, mattress on the floor, 2 pillows, no sheet. Nah! No way! No way! No way! You reach my man place. Mattress on the floor, 2 pillow, no shit. Nah. I should have left then, but no, I stayed. We kissed and it started sweet, and then he rushed it. Like boom, pants off, no warning, no teasing, straight to the mission like he had curfew. Well, that part when I tell you, I didn't feel a thing. Nothing. It's like a breeze passed through and left. I blink, he make a sound, a little, like a dying engine. Then he laid next to me and said, that was real nice, and? Sir, and what? I still waiting for part 1. He had the nerve to roll over and ask, you want some food? Food? Yes. Satisfaction? No. I got up, put on my leggings back on and said, I good. Blocked him before I even got to the gate. Moral of the story, don't fall for bedroom promos. Some men selling for... Girl, move your little... Girl, move your little stupid self from here. Move your little shit. Dog. I've heard women say that how some of the best sex you would ever get is from broken niggas or niggas with nothing to give except good dick, and men who don't really have nothing to offer you that's get the best dick in the world. All you're walking into a man's place, see mattress on the floor, 2 pillows, no bed sheet, no coverlet, and your mind says sex, your pussy says floodgates, dog, y'all women scare me, you know. When you consider what good upstanding fellas does do to track girls and to try and get through with girls and put herself in place and carry out and look good for and smell good for and all them kind of things. And you hear these kind of stories about some of the prettiest girls giving it up. Giving it up to men who mattress on the floor and thing. You just really wonder sometimes, like what? Whoever is, anyways. And I just no youth man today. We lying, man. We lying, man. Dog, let me address something. I'm just addressing it because I'm pretty sure he watching. I'm pretty sure he watching. So it's had this this TikTok where some fellas was arguing in a barber shop, right? And they was just talking like cotton flicks. Basically just cotton flicks. And I comment and say literally how DAPPA Talks was formed. You know, barbershop talks now, boy. This man comment, yeah, LOL. Such a niggas on a podcast that don't get no girl. You ever wonder, like, how you just existing and people envy you, boy? Or people hating on you, boy? Like, you never talk to these people before in life. You never meet them before. You never line with them before. You must see bull the girls. It's highly possible that you bull the girls. But then you just watch them and be like, dog, you're kind of... Anyways, let me not do that. But it has be weird now, boy. Like, I don't know if it has be weird for them that you sitting down and saying, boy, them fellas, them thing, and you don't know no fella from a place. You know how sad you have to be as a person to just look for that kind of friction with somebody you don't know, boy. You know how much of a loser you have to be deep down. You know how much of a loser you have to be deep down to push for that kind of interaction or that kind of hate, to spew that kind of small talk for no reason, right? Loser, you know? And men just feel as if because they have money or the feel like the up, wherever they up in life, that there's less of a loser. It's have real losers with money, you know? It have real losers with money. Like, don't feel you have cash. You're not a loser, you know? Like, I doesn't understand when men feel like because they have money, they will get girls or they could get cars and people will feel like they're in something. You're still a loser, you know? So you watching men functioning, talking shit, having a good time, vibing, liming, enjoying life. And you just feel you need to be a loser. Like you send in a request to be on the show, and I never read it. Loser. Get a life. Get a life. If a girl does sit down when the night come every Thursday and log in, or go, just watch with your girl now. We just lie me and normal, boy. If a girl just put more on your TV every Sunday, lime, you might learn something. You might learn something on how to function and care about yourself. And stop being a loser. You understand? We don't bother nobody, you know. None of my dogs does bother nobody. None of my dogs does go wrong nobody. Might bull your girls, but you can't vex it we for that, boy. At no point we just say, boy, I going and bull he girl. No, your girl is comfortable. That's how it is going. At no point in time we just say, boy, he girl, yeah, I gonna put some precaution. No, we don't do that. We don't ever do that. But that cannot mean your girl not going and get bull. That is not what I mean. Just because we not choosing to bull your girl, don't mean your girl not going and get bull. Check your girl for taking bull. Don't vex with the men that bull your girl. No. Or you had the game wrong side. You understand? Don't vex because your girl watching DAPPA Talks. Don't vex with DAPPA because your girl watching DAPPA Talks. No. You go vex with me. Your girl sit down and decide to put me on your TV. You vex with me? Don't I even know you? You vex because your girl put me on she TV and I don't even know you. Well, all the fellas need to, you see, the last few months in the year coming around the bend, all you need to get it together, boy. All you need to get it together coming around the bend. Right? Next caller. Oh, you found out you were getting one. That's a good night. I getting straight into it one time. Me and the man was going on real good. But after a while, I never had access to his phone. Me didn't really study it because I had the password for his Instagram. When me and him fall out, I went up by my mother and I called him the night and he declined my call, so I know something was up. I didn't make a scene. I just decided to show up by his place. They showing up by man's place. Hey. When I reached, I went by his mother first because that's where we just normally be in the daytime, and he wasn't there. So when I bounced in, I saw 3 girls in the living room. Didn't take it on because I know his brother does usually have his people in and out, and they were so pleasant. I asked his brother for him and he told me that he was outside. So I called him, while noticing one of the girls' eyebrow was raised. So I was a little curious. He came in, hugged me, and kissed me in front of all of them, and then we left and went over by him. As I bust the door, I know how the house supposed to be because it's years I living with him. Saw a stag bottle by the TV. Mind you, I don't drink stag. And his father had a case of it for the day before, so I know it come from there. I said, Papa, you drinking stag and thing now? He told me that it's not his own. And I said, so where it come from? You had to know. The morning now, a message came in, so I took his phone while he was asleep, and it was the girlfriend telling him he made her rum. So start a text. Or you're texting she now, and she realized it wasn't him texting because I said one of all left all the bottle here, and she stopped responding. So I still didn't tell him nothing, and I'm playing it off cool to see if I could catch them in the act. We went over by his mother to bathe and cook, and I realized everyone else was there except that one girl, and I asked for her, and the friend said she gone. She frightened she mother both she. And I know that is a lie because she... Nah, boy. I feel like I'm going to change the age limit. I feel like I'm going to change the age limit to 21. I feel like I don't know how to do it though. I really don't know how to do it though. But I feel like I don't want no stories from people 18, 19, 20 again. Yeah, I don't feel like I want no stories from nobody 18, 19, 20 again. It getting real frustrating, and I realizing that all they leaving school and all they just on a computer or on a phone or just home doing nothing. Like all you're not doing nothing with all your mental, and all they growing up dunce, boy. I realizing all they growing up dunce, boy. And what was the weirdest thing about it? Even if you type in on a phone, right? It does create little sentence. You could put a little full stop for yourself and thing. I don't understand why English language so hard. Like, all it hurts in my head, boy. Okom. And all they so want man. All they so want to bowl and do big people thing. And all they can't even write properly, boy. You know, if, right, before I actually got to engage in the act of sex, you had to construct a proper sentence. Plenty of all you wouldn't bull, boy. Plenty of all you wouldn't bull, boy. If they only say the prerequisite for having sex is being able to construct a grammatically sound sentence, boy, all the vaginas would be wrinkled. Oh gosh, boy. A relationship scenario that you need advice on. Nighttime Dappa and to the viewers as well. About 540 something are we inside here. This isn't anything drastic, but I need some Dappa wisdom. A little note before I get into the scenario. Many times I would hear you say on both lives and YouTube videos that a fella shouldn't be tracking anybody's daughter if he's broken or not financially stable as yet. Something I fully agree with. That is not why I say, but I will. Alright, cool. Here's the scenario. It have this young lady that marked me a good while now, and we started talking on Instagram. She moved on me first. After a few days, she started talking about her first date, me meeting her parents, and all those sorts of things. Being a straightforward fella, I was upfront with her and told her that I'm not really looking to get into anything serious right now because I'm not in the best place financially, and I also have a lot of goals that I. That is what we're talking about, fella. That is what we're talking about. Upfront on time, baby girl, to tell you the truth right now, me ain't really having it like that. And as a kind of man, I really like to go outside there without having money, and I wouldn't even put you on them kind of. This is just my version of how I just cut my flicks, eh? I wouldn't even put you on them kind of thing. There's a nice little girl, but to be honest with you, right now I'm trying to work on myself. If we lie, it's because you might catch me out there now and again just for my mental health and thing. But to say could carry out regularly, religiously, and not right now, baby girl. But we could be cool, we could talk and thing, yeah, you know. I don't want it to feel like, you know, normal now. Normal. I like how we got the flick. I was upfront with her and told her that I'm not really looking to get into anything serious right now because I'm not in the best place financially, and I also have a lot of goals that I want to achieve. What perplexed me is that Shorty replied saying she's not the type of female to care about material things and she believes a woman and man should build together, and I said, forget fucking that. She even proceeded to say that she doesn't mind carrying me out and she would handle everything. Forget that, youth man. I know some men would hear that and it would seem like a dream come true for them. But the thing is, I always believe a man should provide. And if I'm not comfortable with the current state of my life, I'm not bringing a relationship into that. That doesn't make sense. Youth man, shake my hand. I would never feel comfortable with a woman carrying me out and it's only her money spending. Don't get me wrong, I understand that that's something normal if a woman just decides she wants to do something nice for a fella. But in this situation, I don't know. I basically told her no though. I know most men would have say I stupid, but wait, youth man. Dog, I'm gonna break this down as best possible. You may come across women who, at a period in your life, depending on what you want out of that situation, you could have go ahead. A girl brace you, and you know you see she has just a link, and you still, I would still advise you to be honest with her in terms of girl, I not really on them kind of thing right now, working on myself, other thing. And if she still persists, you're making it known that, girl, we could function. We let me just function now. We could lie man thing. But if it's just our jam vibes, let it just be that now because thing. You could do that. I wouldn't advise it, but what I'm saying though is depending on what you wanted out of it. How she coming at you is how you determine what you're going to do now, boy. I agree, but not agreeing to go to that. See, all the women, dog, any woman that says they don't care about materialistic thing, and I must say this, right? Let me say it as clear as possible. The only woman you should believe whoever tells you they don't believe in materialistic things and they want to build together with you, whatever, should be rich women who the father is a millionaire and the money just come easy to them. So they don't understand what it is to work for and do for and them kind of thing. They just have it. Them is the woman you could take that kind of talk from. You see these normal girls on them? These normal girls who catching the ass just as much as you catching the ass, it's just they have a little more money. Not them girls. Not them girls. You could never believe them girls who catching the ass or who just have they're just working right now, so they have and you don't have. Not them girls. Them girls have 2 carryouts in them. Them girls have 2 carryouts in them. By the 3rd carryout, never have money, boy. Right choice at the beginning. I mean, he's cheat monger there, but go home. When you go really get life together. Boy, not these girls, boy. Not these girls. Is that telling you? Not these girls. I believe in being a man's man. That first date, even if a girl asks me out on that first date vibes, dog, if I going out with you, I basically have to let you know every single thing under the table as to why you making this decision on your own. If you want something out of this, I let you know from jump, you're not getting that. If you still want to carry more out, I'll let you know what this is. Going out with a lime function thing, your strength, cool. And even in that instance, I'm not doing it if I don't have cash myself. I would always and must always be able to sit down by a table and pay for whatever I eat, boy. There must never be a time as a man. There must never be a time as a man you can't sit at a table that somebody carry you out for, and if push come to shove, at least pay for your meal. As a man, when you're leaving your house and a woman tell you she have you still supposed to have yourself. That's my belief. That's just my belief. Me know how all of this function. A girl could ask to carry me out. A girl could tell me she paying for everything. I am not going to a place unless when we get there, push come to shove, jump high, jump low, she can't decline. I could cover it. Don't carry me nowhere where, dog, it's a time and thing. I remember, I'm going to show you how this function. Because sometimes I be thirsty, eh? Sometimes I be thirsty, eh? It have a time I went out somewhere, boy, dog, boy. I don't know if I had a girlfriend at the time or if it was just a random girl or whatever. I remember my eggs was low. But the girl kind of come at a time where I said, nah, boy, I never really catch it. So I need to catch it. Fellas know what I'm talking about. So I said, all right, I'll see if she done for one of the simplest. And I will cut that flick on that simple vibes. Because the eggs could make it so where I could cut that flick. We reached there and cut that flick. And then homegirl wanted to go somewhere else after or something like that. To chill. Still have all the legs. Chilling there now. Oh, me start to order this and that, and she feeling for this and that, and no, I calculating my eggs. Dog, I shoot my brother under the table. I shoot my brother a text. Yo, send my $200 there. You'll get it back next week. You know, dog, I show you know that now, boy. I don't ever put myself in scenarios. I don't ever put myself in scenarios where, dog, we leaving here, and that's the last time you're going to see me. That's the last time you're going to see me. Because even if I had the eggs, watching you carry on like that, show me, oh, alright, cool. You understand what I'm showing you? Sometimes two gals come out and they start to act. Gals come out and start to act. You agree to a specific kind of carry out, you reach outside there, you want more. You start to see things. Your belly more hungry than it was ever before. You eat here, you want to eat there too. In my head, I wondering, dog, but so wham, you carrying at home for your churn, or? Take 2 bites of the burger, yum yum. Whoo, you clunging, man. Dog, I watch a girl do me that, you know. A girl do me that already, you know. A dog, we went cinema, thing, we watch movie, thing, function, popcorn, thing, the little snacks, thing, hot dog, whatever be the case. I can't remember if it was like the little tenders and fries thing. We eat inside there. Movie done. You wanna go somewhere else and lime again. Right? When we lime in there, thing you feeling hungry, you order a burger and fries. Burger and fries, all that thing, and thing. You take 2 bites of the burger, 2 3 fries, asking for box to. Oh, that's the catch one, you jackass. That's how I had to take it. I had to take it on the chin, dog. I had to take that one on the chin, dog. You understand what I'm showing you? I take that one on the chin, dog. You feel she ever see me again, boy? You feel it ever had a carry out again, boy? I will take that, boy. Youth man, keep your head on. Keep your head on, youth man. Don't let these girls and them deter you. Stack your coins. Women are special creatures, you know? Women are special creatures, and they deserve everything that is we asking for. And when I speaking about these type of women know who they are. Right? There are specific women who deserve the world. There are women who deserve a specific type of treatment because they could reciprocate it. I could sit here now and tell all you about the women I've came into contact with throughout my lifetime, who I know for sure, if and when they find the right man, he would be blessed. Because it have these kinds of women that I know they're not for me, but I know they have such a great personality. They have such a given nature. They're nurturing. There's a good person. But something about us don't click and I don't get our vibe. But that doesn't mean you're a bad person. It's just that we not good for each other. For me. You understand? But I know real good women. And when I say they deserve the world, I mean that it have this man who would give them the world because they deserve it. And they are so reciprocal that even when we was functioning, they would do so much for me because I would do so much for them. And it was understood. As they get older in this life, right? As they get older in this life, it is realized that reciprocating energy comes without question. When you get older and you start to function with real men and real women, right? When you start to interact with real men and real women, the reciprocating energy is so mutual that even if we're not on the same page where the relationship is concerned in terms of like you want a relationship and this one you just want to rock over, Real men and real women does reciprocate energy effortlessly. Effortlessly. It has certain women, you carry them out once. And I learned this I was so happy and fortunate to learn this at a young age, that I have women that you carry them out once. Like you ask them to go out once, and before you could ask them to go out again the second time, they messaging you, so when we doing this again? No. You pay the first time. This time on me. It have them kind of woman. This time on me. You had the first time. Nah, let me carry you. Let me pay. Because they know what it means to let a man feel like he is also worth something. And when that man feel like he's worth something, oh, click, whoa. Nah, boy. You sure? Alright, cool. You reach out, you're asking him, well, order whatever now. He letting you know, well, I go just take a little tenders and fries. Boy, what tenders and fries? How much I make we eat tenders and fries? Order something good now. He not trying to impose because he not accustomed. But you as a woman know, as much as you deserve it as a woman, that man deserve it as a man. So you would function with him effortlessly. I tell you, I see girl going and pay bill and thing already and asking me if I ready to go. It have girl going and pay the bill and coming to ask me if I ready to go. And I by the table like, well, yeah, we had a bill done pay. You know the kind of sex them get? I work for it. What's that? No, self, I work. I don't work for it, boy. Yeah. You deserve it. I wasn't expecting that. You come good day. No, let me show you my appreciation. Let me show you my appreciation. Let me show you how much I appreciate it, Nagil. Because you catch more off guard, let me show you how much I appreciate how you come there. You deserve it. Oh, come. I'm gonna follow. I'm gonna follow top up now. I got a little top up there. I'm gonna follow top up.
Head shaking bad. I want them gym ready for our brother or sister boy. Friends of the girl, this is no bad, bro. Are you ready? I touched J, bro. Daddy and daughter did. All you. I fuck girls from Mado. Miami girls at me adore. Bitch, you get her body done instantly. I feel the tummy tuck, clean skin body. Let me get steamy now. Look Spanish. I fuck girls from Mado. Miami girls have me. Bitch, Renzo, which country are the best cat? He's smart enough. That's Alright, last mix. I tell all you, where had the best cat, right? The top three. But you want to know where I had the most cat? I'm going to tell all you. You see Guyana? They get the most.
About zest. About zest, Chelsea. About zest. Next caller. TKR for life. A relationship scenario that you need advice on. Good night, Dappa and viewers. I need some advice on how to stop jamming this month. Okay. I met this guy 3 months ago. Let's call him Dick. Okay. A little backstory. I was in a relationship for 3 years, and unfortunately, that person died almost 3 years ago. Since my BF died, I haven't been in a relationship since. Last year, I started back trying to date, and I met someone that encounter and lasted for 5 months. To be honest, we didn't end on bad terms. We came to a mutual agreement that we were too different and things weren't working. After that, I found myself crawling back into a shell and kept to myself for 4 months. Back to Dick now. He sent me a request on Facebook. I went through his profile and I found he looked pretty good. I decided to be bold and slid into his DMs. We talked for 2 weeks, then went on a date because he works offshore. The date went great, and I had made up my mind that if things went well, I'll go home with him. We arrived at his place and got right into it. Turned on some music and action start. Dappa, this man would big and fit perfectly inside my vagina. Since then, we've been back and forth at each other's plates, having great sex. The sex is fantastic, but it goes a little beyond that. We went out on dates. He's attentive to me. Make sure there's food when I'm coming over, and even gives me money for gas. I'm here thinking we're working towards a relationship, but something happened the other day, and Dick made a comment that raised my antennas. He said, "This is why I don't want a relationship." That statement sat on my mind until I decided to address it. Told him about the statement and told him that I'm dating with the intentions of getting into a relationship. So if this isn't something that he wants, then we should end things now before I get more attached. He said he doesn't want a relationship but doesn't see why we have to end things. It's not like he wants to see anyone else. Things are just complicated with his child mother. Dappa, honestly, I'm stuck. I know I shouldn't settle, but since that conversation, I've still been seeing him. We've still been jamming, and I'm already attached to this man, and I know the fact that the sex is so great and he treats me so well plays a big part to play as to why I'm having so hard a time letting go. I don't know what advice all others want from me when all they just need to choose for themselves, though. Like, you want a relationship, he doesn't. Whoop de doo. That's so easy. The wild thing about how women attach feelings to penis is be so confusing to me, right? You know, men don't attach feelings to vagina. Like, all they ever sit down on, like, as women, right? All they ever sit down and wonder why men don't attach feelings to vagina. You would often hear the reason why women can't stop and would always go back to is because of the penis. And a man, just cool, dog. Nobody, like, women never check that, boy. Men don't attach feelings to vagina. We could boil different vaginas, cool we just attach feelings to actual personalities. You as a person, how you treat me, how we function together, this, that, and the third. Women has tried to make things seem like this one good sexual experience with this man is the only good sexual experience you could ever witness on this earth, so you need to tug it out. Women does decide to tug it out based on piggy. That is mind-blowing to me, you know? We will tug it out here. Because the chances of us finding another sexual experience to match this one is near to nothing. So better we just stay here. And if he don't want a relationship, oh well, maybe he go want it one day. Let me stay here. Gal can't jam too much, man. So we just end up trying to make it work. Why not jam at all? Why not at least once? At least once, try to see how long you could build with a man and make sure he's aware that you want to build with him. Go through that dating stage without giving up your front. How about that? How about just this one time you date with intent and you let the person know that you're dating with intent before you give up your vagina? How about that? I don't know. Try that one. Try that one. Try to actually meet a guy, go out with a guy consistently, make sure he knows what you're about, make sure he knows what you're not settling for, make sure before you give up your vagina. Big up you, Camila. Dog. Woman doesn't understand the level of control they have. And I'm gonna give all that a little insight, right? I'm gonna give that a little insight. Most men yearn for the level of peace and companionship in women that they never got growing up as a child from their parents or from any little family upbringing. So you have the power to make this man feel wanted. You have the power to make this man feel like you are the best thing that has ever happened to him. And you all squander this by the way you all care about yourselves. And the first time we meet, and what he's so accustomed to is getting it so easy, you give it to him easy also. But you give it to him easy with some small conditions that he say, all right, cool, no problem. You want to stay around a little longer? Cool, I'll do that. We could try that. But no, he would get to realize that your standards is not really standards, and he could bend it, he could twist it, he could turn it to suit him because you don't really have standards. You will say you have standards, but you're not standing on it. Where you gonna keep him with? What you have there that going on keep him? You're treating him okay. Sex, alright. He can't really come and talk to you about your problems because you are also a problem. When the man come home from work, he sitting down in the car at 10 minutes before he come inside. Because all he could get out of you is sex and nagging. He coming home to make sure he could treat you good, do good for you, buy whatever for you. He doing everything under the sun. And you just giving sex. You ain't planning a date. The man again a random massage, a little rub foot, some kind of intimacy outside of sex to make him feel wanted, to make him feel appreciated. You're not doing nothing. Hey. Not even a hot meal. Not even a hot meal. Good. Babe, you go bring home a little churches. Now, see churches drop a new menu there, babe. You bring home a little, as a sweet spicy something and a sweet spicy chicken. Bring home a little churches now. Babe, you see what Popeyes drop? Yeah. Pass my Popeyes now. Yeah, we could do it a little Popeyes tonight. Oh, hey, you know Mario's have a deal. You could buy 2 pizza and you could get 2 free. Yeah, no. Nah, I'm not feeling to cook. Buy something now. Oh, go on, babe. Look, a man here saying, imagine venting to your woman. Fairy tale. Imagine venting to your woman. Babe, to tell you the truth right now, real going through it, girl. I don't know, like I trying, and the world just beating my down, boy. Because like when I go to work, I'm doing this now, but I'm not feeling like my purpose being fulfilled. Like I don't know what to do again in this life, but I still trying. But you know now, but things just feeling like it not going my way. So what you go do? I have a clip. I have a clip. How can I make this big? I don't know if all I could hear. I wanted to drop this, but imagine this how men think about women, right? Imagine this what men think about women, right?
Hey, y'all sit down. Y'all sit down home and say, oh, I can fuck up this man. No, but
Oh God, boy. Imagine that's what a man think about you now, boy. Imagine that's what a man think about you now, boy. Let me play it again. I was gonna drop that today,
hey, y'all sit down home. Y'all sit down home and say, oh, I can fuck up this man. No, but
Oh God, I could cry, boy. No. Oh God. Where's the peace? Where's the peace, dog? Where's the dog? You hear the pain in that man's voice, boy, dog, boy. Use my girl. I can't get a home cooked meal. I can't get a home cooked meal. All I can get is rara. You home whole day, you won't wash my clothes. I had to go out, I had to do this, that, and the third. Dog, one boy. Look, tears in my eye, boy, dog, boy. What your man going through? Pain. Nah. One more. Dog, watch the shippiness Lily typing here now, boy. One more and I done, way. One more and I done. One more and I done. Tell a story about a good for nothing man / woman. Good night, Dappa. So today is the Friday. You know we just do it on a Friday. But it wasn't like that for me. Don't know if you remember the story about the threesome which I was confronted by my ex-classmate and she man, who had the child mother who he engaged to. Well, you remember the story? I'm not feeling to do no. I'm not feeling to do no part two. Yeah, I'm not feeling to do no part two tonight. Brethren, whoever is. Nah, I don't know. I don't know. I don't do no part two. How you found out you were getting home? Good night, Dappa and friends. So, me and this man was together for over a year, going on 2 years. And we'll call this asshole Josh. Oh, Josh. We had each other's Instagram account, but me being the person I am, I will have my partner's account and never go on it. However, at this time in the relationship, we were not seeing eye to eye at all. This particular night, we were arguing non-stop, which obviously did not end well. I had work the next morning, so I just left that how it ended and went in my bed. Woke up the next morning with a weird feeling. On my way to work, I saw a notification pop up saying, "When you gonna leave that girl for me be?" When you gonna leave that girl for me be? I watched it and went straight on the account. Going in the chat and scrolling. I reached all the way back to May. Mind you, all this happened in August. I see messages about how them jamming and how it was. So you know I screenshot that. I had nothing to say for the rest of the day. I ended up leaving work early because, my head spinning. Leave now and going home with that on my mind, ready to beat it bad. When I reached home, he wasn't home. So I bade and wait patiently for him to come home. About 2 hours passed. I hear the car pull up. He came inside, but I see like he holding the front door like somebody coming in behind him. So I watching, but he didn't see me yet. When I really look now, it's because a girl coming in my... Wait. So you leave work early. I get that. What time you were supposed to finish work? So if you leave work lunchtime and you reach there 2 o'clock, this man had plans to beat in your place from 2 to 4? Yeah, this fella didn't give a fuck. Nah. When I really look now, it's because a girl coming in my house behind him. So I run and start to pelt cuss like I going mad to both of them. He started to hold me back and telling me, girl, that's my cousin, girl, what going on with you? In my head, so long we together, and I know your whole family. So what cousin you really coming to tell me about? I walk past him, and that money-looking girl he bring in my place. Think you try to call she a monkey, but went outside and got straight into that toolbox in the car. Take out the hammer and mash up all them windows. When I done, I walked back inside the room, took all his belongings out my place and put he and the bitch out. Later that night, I called a man who forever in my chat and he carried me for food. And of course, when I reached home, Mr. Man was blowing up my phone, but my belly was full, so I went straight in my bed because money had to be made the next day. Now me and the one who carried me for food been together for 2.5 years and I pregnant with my first child. What a lie. I mean, I like your style. I like it. I'll never be on the side of mashing up people's belongings because you don't know how to get it. Like, you didn't pay for that. I had you had nothing in that. So I doesn't be on the side of that. But well, more life, more love, more everything. This is real. This is raw. Gala tickets, raw the boat ride, October the 12th. We outside. They look a little bowling ass now, boy. A little bowling tail now, boy. They look, boy. What the frick wrong with you, boy? You little little bull. Anyway, you see if YouTube cancel my account. For YouTube cancel my account. Got a little stink little asshole now, boy, dog, boy. You the frick you feel it is, boy. But you don't come and tell a story, eh? You little pissing to yourself, boy. When you blasted bed now, boy, dog, boy. Go and scrub your teeth and go in your bed now, boy, dog, boy. Pee and go in your bed, boy. I'ma call your mother. Eh? I'ma call your mother. I don't know. Enjoy the night. Love all.